Jack, if you were saying something, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Thank you for that. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time out of your schedules to attend this session. Now that I'm not muted, my name is Jack. I'm a librarian here with the Sunnyvale Public Library. I am very pleased to welcome you to this program to discuss all things water conservation in Sunnyvale. To present this evening, we have a very special guest, Sunnyvale Environmental Program Specialist Claire Wong. Claire has been with ESD for over a year with a focus on implementing water conservation programs across the city. She also supports community outreach by promoting water conservation messages on the department's social media and attending public events. So before joining Sunnyvale, she worked with grassroots ecology, leading environmental education programs and volunteer activities to restore and protect local habitats. So tonight, she'll be discussing, of course, the importance of water conservation, as well as sharing practical tips for reducing water use at home. Claire will also touch on how you can take advantage of the many programs and resources available to you as Sunnyvale residents in order to make water conservation second nature. So, before I have Claire properly introduce herself, once again, I'll repeat because I was muted. We do ask that if you have questions during the presentation to please place them in the chat and we'll make sure to address them at the end of the presentation. So, with that, Claire, I will let you take it from here whenever you are ready.
Thank you, Jack. So today I'll be talking about keeping water wise, conservation as a way of life in Sunnyvale. As Jack mentioned, we'll be exploring some methods and programs to help us save water in our community. So before I get to the details, I'm going to go through the agenda of today. So first, I'll give an introduction about water conservation. And second, I will provide some practical water conservation tips for us to do at home every day to help save water. And third, I'll talk about some programs and rebates incentive to help you save money while you're saving water. And lastly, I'll also promote some upcoming webinars and how you can participate and make a change. So first, I'll talk about introduction about water conservation. So the phrase water conservation, it literally meaning to conserve water, to save water. And we'll always hear about water conservation, but why is it so important for us to conserve water? Oh, I was having a chart here showing the the water distribution on Earth, but I don't know why it's not showing. But anyway, so the chart basically showing 97% of the water on Earth is salt water from the ocean, and only 3% of the Earth water is fresh. So in this 3%, 2.5% is unavailable, which they're either locked in glaciers, polar ice caps, atmosphere and soil, and some are polluted or too deep underground to get for us to use. So which means that only 0.5% of the water is fresh and is available for us to use. So, which makes water the most scarcest pressure resource on Earth. And by conserving that, it helps protect our nature resources and ensuring that there is enough water for future generation to use. And we all know that water is essential not just for us, not just for human, but also for other species, plants, animal, and ecosystem. So conserving water helps minimizing environmental impact because if we use less water, which means that there will be more water for other species to use to like plants needs water to grow and other animals do need water to survive. So that makes that makes water conservation so important. And usually energy and water come in a pair. So if you use less water, that means you're saving energy. So thinking about you in the morning you turn off the tap to wash your face, you see that the water come from the tap. You just turn on the tap and then water coming out. But behind that, there's a whole process for the water to deliver to your tap. So the water is treated and pumped to deliver to our homes or businesses, and they use electricity to get it delivered to us. So if we cut back on our water use, that is also cutting um, the energy use that used to get the water delivered to us, and that means fewer greenhouse gas emission and we'll have a smaller environmental footprint overall. And water, like using water efficiently and watering efficiently keeps our landscape healthy. When we when we only give plants just the right amount of water they need, their roots grows deeper and stronger. We don't want to overwater our plants. Um, so just giving the right amount of water can make them stronger and make them more drought tolerant because healthy soil holds more moisture better, and they support beneficial microbes and prevents erosion. And this helps our garden and parks thrive, and even during drought periods or heavy rain. And again, if we overwater our plants, it will cause us runoff. If we so doing water conservation can also reduce runoff and pollution because when too much water run off over driveways, streets, it can carry pollutants like fertilizers, pesticide, motor oil, and trash into our storm drains. And those water don't get treated before go to the bay. So the pollutant will end up in our bay and pollute the environment for the fishes and like other animal in living in the bay. And and also by conserving water, you also save money because your water bill will be lower because you use less. The city will charge you less because you use less water. So let's take a look of our uh, where our where your water comes from in Sunnyvale. In Sunnyvale, so we come our water mainly come from two sources. One is the treated surface water and groundwater. And for treated surface water, we purchase water from San Francisco Public Utilities Commission and Valley Water. So the chart on the left showing the source of supply in our last fiscal year from July 24 to June 25. We our water 40% of our water comes from Valley Water and 59% of our water comes from SFPUC. And the other source of our water is groundwater. We have six groundwater wells, but they are only for emergency situation. So you see that like there's 1% um, water comes we use groundwater, but it's the 1% is only to pump the water to keep the water fresh in the wells, but we don't really use it. We mainly rely on the water from SFPUC and Valley Water, and the groundwater is mostly for emergency situation. So this is the water trends from 1985 until now, and this is the gallons per capita per day, the gross gallons per capita per day. So, which means it's not just residential, it includes commercial, institutional, industrial, with all water users in Sunnyvale. So from 1985, we can see that our water use dropped by about 50% from 1985 from the 2241 to 112. So we are doing a really good job in conserving water. And in this between 85 to 96, you can see a drastically decrease in water use. Here it's due to the um, 80 87 to 92 drought, which was the longest recorded drought in California history at the time. So during drought, there would be like more straight restriction and more robust water conservation campaign. So, and also like people do want to do good things. They want to help our environment. So when there's drought, when we promote water conservation message, people tend to um, help us to conserve water. And then after the drought, we usually experience a bounce back. So we go up to 184 after that. But um, following by that drought, we can see a downward trend. And then till the 2015, that's another drastic uh, decrease in water use. It's also because of a drought between the 2014 to 2017. And then after the drought, we experienced some bounce back. But overall, we are doing a good job in um, conserving water. So the next slide, this slide shows the drought data between 2000 until now. So we can see that between the 2014 to 2017, we experienced some exceptional drought and extreme drought here. So dark red means exceptional, and then red means extreme drought. So this chart proves that um, that from the previous slide, there's a drop here in 2015 to 2016 because of the drought, and we have more strict regulation and more robust water conservation campaign. And if you're interested in like the drought data, you can like search the US. You can search US drought monitor, and this link is also on our city website. So if you're interested, you can take a look. And you'll see the whole map of California, and you can just choose the area you're living in or you're interested in. So I chose Santa Clara County here. And you can see that it's white in color, which means there's no drought here. But with red, we can see that on the southern California, there's some extreme drought happening in Riverside County and San Diego County. So this is a good resource to monitor drought, and this is the screenshot. The screenshot I took from this website. So back to the slides. And to support the water conservation effort, City of Sunnyvale, we do have some permanent restriction in our city municipal code. So some of them are you can only like restaurant can only provide water when requested. And then and also you can only wash your car with a shut-off nozzle. So it's prohibited if you're using um, a hose to rinse your car without a shut-off nozzle or anything that can um, shut down the water when it's not in use. And we cannot wash our driveway unless for health concern. And also we prohibit any runoffs, any like use of water that cause runoff. So um, please make sure to check your irrigation system or sprinkler system regularly, adjust them to prevent any runoff shooting to the road. And our goals and objective for our water conservation, Sunnyvale adopted the Climate Action Playbook, CAP 2.0, in 2019. So this playbook serves as our roadmap to reduce carbon emission by 2045. And it outlines the strategies and specific place in the city is using to make progress toward our targets. And one of the important plays in the playbook is to ensure resiliency of water supply. And because climate change is affecting our water resource, so it is crucial that we track water consumption and monitor water use trends across the city. And by analyzing those data, we can implement more effective conservation program that protect our water supply and support a sustainable future. So if you're interested in learning more about our effort, our targets, our objectives, you can go to this website, sunnyvaleclimateaction.org. Um, they have in the website they have the full playbook, including our objectives about solid waste and also electrification and sustainability and more. So if you're interested in water conservation or other topics other than conservation in our playbook, you can visit this website. And next, I'll be talking about some practical water conservation tips that you can do in daily life. So I'll start with the indoor water saving tips. So first one is to fix leaks. It's very important to fix the leaks because even a small leak can add up to thousands of water wasted. So check for leaks regularly can fix them, can save 27 to 90 gallons each day. And in Sunnyvale, one of the most common causes of leaks is toilet leak. It's like one of the crew member told me, like every time they get a call to check their water meter, and then they will usually advise the homeowner to try to shut off the toilet. And if after they shut off the toilets, if the meter stop running, it means that they have a toilet leak. So, and it's mostly the toilet the cause of toilet leak mostly due to like worn out or wrapped flapper. So if you're not very familiar with what flapper is, here's a really good illustration to show where the flapper located and what it is. So a toilet flapper is a rubber seal that control the flow from water from the tank to the bowl. So when it functions properly, when you flush the toilet, it opens up so water from the tank can flow through the pipe to the bowl. And after the flushing, it closes itself and prevent water from constantly running. But if it's not functioning properly, let's say it's worn out and water will seep through the gaps and then causing the water keep running constantly. So it can waste a lot of water. So check for leaks regularly can save tons of water and replace the flapper if it's worn out. And then the second tips is to use water efficient fixture. So if you see fixture that have this water sense label, it is the products that meet EPA specification for water efficiency and performance. They are 20% more efficient and perform as well as or better than the standard models. So you by replacing old and inefficient fixture or with the water sense label product, you can save 13K gallons of water and $130 in water costs per year. And we have free fixture available for Sunnyvale residents, but I will talk about that more about that later. And third, um, to use water mindfully. So when we brush our teeth, when we shave, we turn off the water when it's not in use. It can save 8 gallons per day. When we take showers and we want to take showers instead of bath and keep it under 5 minutes, it can save 2.5 gallons per minute. And if we use a dishwasher and make sure it's fully loaded, it can save 320 gallons per year. And if we wash full loads of clothes, it can save 15 to 45 gallons per load. So if we do all of those, it just act so minor action every day, it adds up and we can save tons of water every year, and it also save money. So some of the outdoor water conservation strategy here is to plant tolerance plant, because drought tolerant plants can save 30 to 60 gallons per 100 square feet. And planting California native plants is even better because California native plants is adapted to the local climate and the soil condition, and they are here way before human is here. So planting native plant usually require less water and low maintenance. And also we can use mulch to cover the soil. We can leave 1 inch of mulch around the plants to keep the moisture within the soil and avoid evaporation. And it can save 20 to 30 gallons water per 100 square feet. Also, we do want to optimize our irrigation system. One of the ways to optimize the irrigation system is to install a drip irrigation and a smart controller. It can save 15 gallons each time you water them. And adjusting sprinkler heads and fix leaks also save up to 15 gallons each time you water, and fixing leaks can save 6,300 gallons per month. And again, if we do all this and it adds up, we can save a lot of water per year. And also, harvesting rainwater is also a good strategy to conserve water, because 1 inch of water on a 1,000 square feet of root generates approximately 600 gallons of water. So if your house is bigger than 1,000 square feet, then it generates more water, and you can store and use that water later when it's not raining, when it's drier in spring or summer. But make sure to cover the barrels to avoid mosquito. So the ex so these are some water efficient fixture that we offer for free for Santa Clara County residents and businesses, and also Sunnyvale residents and businesses. So I'll just gonna quickly go through what we offer. We have 10 offerings. The first one, we have a low flow shower heads and faucet aerator, which you can attach to your tap, and it will aerate the flow, and it lower the flow and use less water. And garden hose nozzle with a shut off valve, so you can shut it off whenever it's not in use. Moisture meters to test the soil moisture level to make sure that you're not overwatering or underwatering. And irrigation screwdrivers to fix your irrigation system or adjust it. Shower timer, and this is a 5-minute shower timer, so you can time yourself when you shower. And we do have this WaterWise DIY home survey kit, so you can um, test your indoor use at home to see um, what area you need to improve to save more water. And this leak tap detection tablet is really useful to put in your toilet tank to see if there's any leakage in your toilet. If you see, so these tablets will dye the water into blue. So if there's a leak in your toilet, you'll see blue color coming from the tank to the bowl. And if you do find that you have a leak in your toilet, we do offer toilet flapper for free. And we also have a water gardening literature. So it gives you tips and also resources on how to design your own water-wise garden. So again, for us, it's free for Santa Clara County and Sunnyvale's residents and businesses. And if you're living in Santa Clara County but not in Sunnyvale, you can visit valleywaters.org and search online shopping cart, and you can order from their website. But and if you're living in Sunnyvale, we do have small numbers of devices available for pickup in the corporation yard, and it's first come, first serve. So if you're interested, you can call the number provided here for more information or check for availability before you come pick it up. And also, Sunnyvale residents, you can also order from um, Valley Water's website as well. But if you prefer to pick it up in person, you can call us and check for availability. And if you're looking for replacing old appliance like um, fixtures like shower heads, maybe you don't like this shower head, you want some other types of shower head, you can look for this label. So the product set with the WaterSense label is proven to be water efficient and perform as well as the standard model. So you prefer to buy your own ones, look for this label. So next we'll go on to our program and rebates part. So we do the city partners with Valley Water and Bay Area Water Supply Conservation Agency to offer some some rebates program to our residents. And so we have residential program for multi-family residential and single-family residential. So the first one is the direct retrofit indoor plumbing program. It is a free replacement for old and inefficient fixture, and the participants must not have participated in a previous fixture replacement program in the last 15 years. And this program is still under development. So it's Valley Water is planning um, to roll it out in early November. But if you're interested, contact them and they can put you in the waiting list. And we also have this sub-meter rebate, which you will get $150 rebate per install water sub-meter to multifamily properties. So this rebate is only for multifamilies residential, not for single family residential. So they can like understand their water use um, by installing a sub-meter for each unit. And then we have this WaterWise outdoor survey, and it is a free evaluation of your irrigation system, and you can apply through Valley Water website. They will send an expert to your home and survey your outdoor water use and give you recommendation on how to improve and how to conserve more water. Next, we have landscape programs. First, we have the landscape conversion program, which offer $2 per square foot. But one of the requirements is that you have to have 50% of the plant coverage after you convert it. If you don't want to have plant coverage, you can apply for the lawn to mulch, which you just put on mulch to your landscape. It's $1 per square foot. And we have inline drip irrigation conversion. There's a typo here. It's inline drip irrigation conversion. So it's $0.25 per square foot. And then we also have irrigation equipment upgrade. You can upgrade your controller to smart controller and more. And capturing rainwater, we administrate this program. We partners with BASCA, Bay Area Water Supply Conservation Agency, and we offer $50 per ring barrel to our residents. And also we have our gray water rebate, which offer up to $200 if you connect your um, laundry to your landscape. So you can the water from your laundry can go directly to to your landscape, and you use mulch to filter those lint in those water. And gray water is safe to water most of the landscape. And we have um, programs for commercial, institutional, and industrial properties owner. We have a water efficient technology program, which the the participant, the apply, the the applicants have to submit a project proposal to Valley Water, and then if they get approved, they will get $4 per 100 cubic feet saved annually, or up to 100% of the equipment cost. So whichever is lower, um, they they will reimburse the applicant. And then also we have the large commercial landscape survey. It is similar to the WaterWise outdoor survey, but this is targeted to commercial, the CII properties owner. And again, they also evaluate irrigation system, landscape, water management, and offer recommendations. And they are also the drip program also available for CII properties owner as well. And all these rebate program I mentioned is mostly administered by Valley Water. So if you have any question about the programs, you can contact their water conservation hotline, except the ring barrel one is administered by BASCA. So you can contact BASCA, or you can contact me for more information. And of course, we do have our own outreach and education program. We do offer school field trips. Sometimes elementary school will visit the city hall, and our staff will will educate them with some um, environmental no, environmental knowledges, like how to save water, and or why we have to put our food into our food scrap and such. And also we attend farmers market to promote our upcoming events, um, educate residents, answer any question that residents might have. Community events like National Night Out, the Wali events, free webinar, and we have our outreach platform to share tips, resources, and upcoming events. So these are our um, outreach platform that we use. So the first one is the City Drought and Water Conservation webpage, which the U.S. Drought Monitor link is also in this webpage. So if you're interested in looking on the drought data, you can go on the city website, or you can search it um, by yourself. And then postcard, yard sign, theater ads, utility bill insert, newspaper, and our social media, Facebook, Nextdoor, and Instagram. We do share some tips and trick, and we do make trending video to attract more audience. So please follow our social media to get more tips, and then newsletter and all other kinds of outreach platform. And then, as I mentioned, we do have water conservation webinar, and we offer 6 classes each year. It's happening in fall, usually happen in fall and spring, and each season we'll have 3 classes, and they are led by instructors such as landscape professionals, irrigation experts, rainwater capturing specialists. So our upcoming webinar is topic is about rainwater capturing, and we have a rainwater capturing expert to teach us how to install and maintain a simple system and use rainwater for irrigation. And in those webinars, the instructor will cover why saving water is essential for long-term sustainability and community well-being, and you'll learn some skill for implementation. You can get hands-on knowledge that you can apply at home. For example, growing an edible garden, install a ring barrel, design a native garden, and more. So I'll promote some of our upcoming webinars and how to participate. So as I mentioned, next Wednesday we'll have a rainwater harvesting webinar online. It's on Zoom and it's free. So you'll learn about how to collect rainwater, um, how collecting rainwater can help your home and community, and learn how to set up a simple rainwater capturing system and keep it working. And then on the 25th, we have a electric vehicle expo. It's an in-person event where you can view popular electric vehicles, speak to electric vehicles owner, and ask them any question you might have about EV cars. And because it's a Halloween theme, so we have a scavenger hunt and costume contest. So feel free to dress up to our EV expo. And we do have trick or treat as well. So if you love candies, like come visit our event. And then we also have EV test rides, so you can ride the EV car and try and see how it functions. And then in November, we'll have Design with Native Plants and Succulent online webinar, and you'll learn like the benefits of native plants, like they're adapted to local climate, so they need less water, they're hardy and more resilient to pests and disease. Their deep root system improve soil structure, reduce erosion, and it also provides food and homes for local birds, insects, and other animals. So if you want to start your own native plants garden, please come to our webinar and learn more and get some idea on how to start. And these are some more upcoming events. So the important part, how to, all these upcoming webinars, so exciting, but how to register, how to sign up for those. So there are three ways to sign up. So first is our Instagram link tree. I'm going to um, pull out our Instagram page. So if you go to Sunnyvale Environment Instagram page, Instagram, you click on our profile, you'll see a link here. And when you click on that, there will be a link tree with all the resources, the October events coming up, and then water resources like the Valley Water Landscape Rebate that I mentioned, some water conservation tips, and the irrigation scheduler. So you can use this tools to set your irrigation schedule. So this is one of the methods. And on this link tree, we only show the October events. We'll only show the November event when we're in November or closer to November. So if you cannot wait to look at the November event, you can go to our oh, you can go to our Sunnyvale of website. Okay. And then we can go to News Center and Event Calendars and and click on Event Calendars, and you will see all the events um, next month and even in December. And if it is a library event, then you can also go on to our Sunnyvale website and go to Recreation and Community. Under that, there is a library option, and you will open up the library website. And here you will see events, so you can click on the event that you're interested, or you can click on all library events. So here you will see all the events that's happening in Sunnyvale, and this is the event sign up link for today. So if you enjoyed today's web presentation and you want to know more about what we do in Environmental Services Department, want to know more about how to save water or being or living sustainably, you can subscribe our newsletter, follow our Facebook and Instagram by scanning these QR codes and or just search using this purple text. So with that, I'll open the floor for questions.
Thank you so much, Claire, for the presentation. It was a treat to have you with us tonight. I know we have one question in the chat ready for you. I think it's asking you to share your contact info from Christina. I believe it was the Valley Water slide,
Yes,
a while back. Yeah.
I can go back to the Valley Water info here.
Yes, I believe this was the slide that she was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can either email them with this conservation@valleywater.org or call them in this hotline with if you have any question about their rebate programs.
Feel free to, if you have any other questions, in the audience to unmute yourself at this time. Claire, I usually have a question for our presenter, but you really covered it all. It was quite extensive. I really appreciate you going through the calendars and all the upcoming events. Yeah, that was wonderful. Doing my job for me.
Thank you. Yeah, Sunnyvale has really like a lot of events and they're all really amazing.
Absolutely. Well, if there are no further questions, I will remind you that you should be receiving program feedback surveys in your email very soon. It does really help us if you're able to fill those out. And as Claire mentioned, keep a lookout on all of our public calendars as we do have a variety of programs presented every week. Um, our next lecture as a part of the Community and Climate series from the library will be from the California Native Plant Society, in which they'll explore the life cycle and migration of the western monarch butterfly and uncover the key reasons behind its dramatic decline and highlight the urgent need for action. So that will be taking place on October 27th in person at the library. And I just want to reiterate, because Claire is putting this together, the rainwater harvesting webinar from the Bay Area Water Supply and Conservation Agency. That will take place next Wednesday, October 22nd at 6 p.m. And again, she mentioned this, but you can find more information on that in our weekly newsletter, which should go out tomorrow, as well as the city's online calendar. Um, Claire, I want to thank you again for your presentation. It was really such a treat to have you this evening. I really appreciate it. And thank you for all for coming out tonight. It's really lovely to have you. And yeah, that's all from us. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Jack.
Mhm.